Operation Sindoor, Global Respect, Waqf Reform Modi Government 3.0's biggest feats in 1 year in OFFICEA's the Narendra Modi-led NDA government completes the first year of its third consecutive term. It reflects on a foundation of significant policy decisions and strategic initiatives. Modi took office as the Prime Minister for the third time on June 9, 2024, following another decisive victory in the Lok Sabha elections. The past year has witnessed a continued focus on transforming the country into Viksit Bharat developed India and asserting its role on the global stage, from strategic military action and social welfare reforms to significant economic relief and proactive global diplomacy. One of the defining moments of the Modi government 3.0's first year has undoubtedly been Operation Sindoor. Launched on May 7, 2025, the precision strikes against terror camps in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir were a direct response to the devastating Pahalgam terror attack of April 22, which claimed 26 lives. Lauded as a decisive military and non-military action, Operation Sindoor effectively neutralized terrorist threats and targeted terror infrastructure across the border, while leaving the Pakistani forces with a bloody nose. Beyond the kinetic action, Operation Sindoor showcased a multidimensional approach. India also implemented non-military measures, including the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty until Pakistan ceases its support for cross-border terrorism. The move, with its significant impact on Pakistan's water-dependent economy, underscores India's new normal of zero tolerance in addressing terrorist acts. Prime Minister Modi frequently invoked the symbolism of Sindoor vermilion, connecting the military action to Indian values and a pledge of justice, while highlighting India's indigenous defence capabilities. The operation's success has become a central theme in the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party's narrative, marking the first anniversary of the third straight term in power. The Modi government 3.0 has maintained a strong focus on diplomacy, aiming to solidify India's position as a leading international power and voice of the global south. India has surpassed Japan to become the world's fourth largest economy. NITIIIG CEO BVR Subramaniam has said that India is now poised to displace Germany from the third rank in the next 2.5 to 3 years. India continues engaging with various global blocs and nations to further economic and social development, enhance national security, and elevate its global stature. Strengthening ties with major powers like the United States in defense cooperation, trade, and technology transfer remains a priority. India is deepening engagements with countries in the Indo-Pacific region through forums like the Quad. Emphasis remains on improving bilateral ties with South Asian neighbors and enhancing engagement with Southeast Asian nations. The government is actively pursuing foreign direct investment (FDI) by liberalizing norms in sectors such as defense, railways, and insurance, and simplifying tax structures to attract global capital, aligning with the vision of becoming a $5 trillion economy. To improve the administration and management of Waqf properties in India, the Modi government 3.0 ensured the successful passage of the Waqf Amendment Bill, 2024, to address the long-standing issues within the Waqf Act of 1995. The move reflects both the government's long-term ideological agenda and its stated goals of reform and transparency. For years, there have been widespread allegations of mismanagement, encroachment, and corruption concerning Waqf properties across India. With over 870,000 Waqf properties, making the Waqf Board the third largest landowner in India after the Armed Forces and Indian Railways, the scale of potential mismanagement is immense. The government's primary stated objective with the amendment is to bring greater transparency, accountability, and efficiency to the administration of these vast assets. By introducing provisions for digitizing records, ensuring regular audits, and streamlining the registration process, the government aims to curb illegal occupation and misuse of Waqf lands, which it claims have prevented the proper utilization of funds for charitable purposes. A major change is the increased role of the central government and state officials in the management of Waqf properties. The law now empowers the district collector to conduct surveys of Waqf properties and determine ownership in cases of uncertainty, especially concerning government land claimed as Waqf. This shifts power from the Waqf boards to a government-appointed officer. The central government now has more power to make rules regarding Waqf registration, accounts, and audits, allowing for greater oversight of financial matters. The amendment also significantly impacts the concept of Waqf by user, where properties were recognized as Waqf based on long-term usage for religious or charitable purposes, even without formal documentation. This remains a contentious point. One of the most debated aspects of the amendment is the change in the composition of the Central Waqf Council and State Waqf Boards. The amended act mandates the inclusion of non-Muslim members in these bodies. Previously, all members barring the union minister in charge of Waqf were required to be Muslim. The government frames this as a move towards inclusivity and greater transparency, arguing that Waqf properties serve a broader public purpose. The law also aims to ensure representation from different Muslim sects Shia, Sunni, Bara, Aghakhani, and mandates the inclusion of at least 2 Muslim women members on the boards, which the government highlights as a step towards social justice and empowerment within the Muslim community. The amendments have sparked new legal challenges, with several Muslim organizations and opposition MPs moving the Supreme Court against the law. For the Modi government, the Waqf Act amendment aligns with its broader vision of promoting a uniform civil code (UCC) and reducing what it perceives as appeasement policies. A cornerstone of the Modi government 3.0's agenda has been substantial relief for the middle class, a key demographic for the government. The Union Budget 202,526 announced that no income tax will be payable on annual incomes up to Rs 12 lakh under the new tax regime. For salaried taxpayers, this limit extends to Rs 12.75 lakh, incorporating a standard deduction of Rs 75,000. This represents the largest increase in income tax exemption since 2005, significantly easing the financial burden on middle-income earners and encouraging consumption, savings, and investment. Beyond income tax, the government introduced several initiatives for the middle class and vulnerable sections. The Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana (AARY) now includes all senior citizens aged 70 years and above, regardless of income, providing health coverage of Rs 5 lakh per family per year. A unified pension scheme ensures a guaranteed pension of 50 of the average basic pay for government employees with 25 years of service. Swipe left for next video. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY targets to construct millions of new houses, including a new scheme to assist weaker sections and middle-class families in achieving home ownership in urban areas. The limit for Mudra loans, which support small entrepreneurs, has been raised from Rs 10 lakh to Rs 20 lakh, empowering young people and small businesses. Latest blogs.